So I've run this round slide carburettor enough, and once, twice, and I've got a feeling it's going to work out okay. It's because that is a nice polished surface in there, and the slide fits in quite tightly. It doesn't give a real lot of room to go around the outside, and it sort of behaves itself and sucks in there. Okay, so I've pulled that carby apart and got rid of all the internals. So now I've got this one, and I'm going to have to graft that bit there, which is the power jet with that little nozzle, onto this thing. And I just don't think there's a pretty way to go around it. I'm just going to get it with a hacksaw, cut that off, and then play with it and trim it up and have a look at it when I've cut it off and make an assessment. So I'll cut it off first. Well, there we go. Now I'll see if I can make it fit on the other carburettor. Okay, I've had a bit of a look and I have a plan. Now, it's raining at the moment, so if that's the background noise, I'm sorry about that. This is that cut out, and you can see the lines there for the air cleaner, which is the same lines there for the air cleaner. But this one doesn't drop away straight away, and that one does. See the two different profiles? That's going to cause a few different problems. Also, that is quite close to there, so that if I was to mount it directly there, the cap would foul it. So that means I have to move. It means I have to move something like that. I could go that way, but I've got this stuff going on here, so I reckon I'll move this way. So it's going to be something like that. The next issue I have, see how that nozzle was quite close to that, but that's okay because it drops away. Well, this one doesn't drop away, so I'm probably going to have to put it there. So I can't put it too close to the slide, so I probably have to go there somewhere. And that is going to be a problem. So right, I've done all the prep. Well, I've cut this, whittled this down basically. It's going to go something like that. It doesn't fit perfectly, but that's okay. The JB weld's got to go in between, and it's sticking. But I've tried to keep a bit of metal on that and a bit of metal on that. I've got 15mm down to there. It should be enough. I'll stick a nail or something and they put a tape. Anyway, I'll come back to it. I've just got to do all my other work, rough that up for the JB, rough all this up, shape a bit of that there, shape all this in here. So I'll go and do all that, and then we'll come back and have another look at it just before I put the JB weld in. I've taken that edge off there, so that is now smooth in there. I couldn't do much with that. I took the edges off there, This has been bullet shaped down. That is a power valve. I just to the float bowl. If I get enough suction going down here, it'll suck a dribble in there. I don't know how much. It's a two-stroke thing. I'll leave it anyway. It won't hurt to richen up. And there's the hole I've made for the power jet. Now going back to this is smoothened off, and that carburettor, that bell mouth is pretty old design, but I've got about as good as I can get out of it. It's got the idea of what I want, and that'll do it. Now, where is it? Here it is. Where is the other part to that? Did I knock it away? No, I didn't. Here it is. Now, I'm not going to put the jet in this for putting this together, because if I do that, I'll just may stick it to it, and I don't want to. So that's tapered, so that'll locate itself there. That's just big enough for there. It doesn't screw in, but it's a little bit big. I tried a bit of tape on there, but I couldn't make it work. I can just finger a drill down there to open it up later on. And when I got the JB weld on there, I just got to hold it in place, make sure I'll get it in place. That's going to be a bit of metal around, and the other one comes down, 15mm comes down a bit lower. You'll see that when I've done it all and cleaned it up and have the final inspection of my handiwork. If it is. I don't know where that hole is. It's going to be somewhere around there. Come on, you're there somewhere. Here we go. Bit of a twist. Now I've pushed that in. Now I'll just push it. I'll just push it over the top. Okay, let's have a look. Where are we? Let's got that one in there. That's got that one in there. And that's there. Now, there is a time after an hour or so when this sort of gets still hard and I can cut it. Just so it gets like semi-hard. And I'll just trim that up a little bit. I don't know, I'll play with it. But that's basically it. Happy enough with that. I just finished washing the carburettor and blowing it out. But sometimes you can't quite tell if you're cleaned the passage out and you don't want to stick anything down there, so I'll show you another way to do it. That little jet you have, oh, bright. Anyway, that little jet you have there, see that one there with a little light in it? Take it away, you can't see. Do that, you can see. Then also get there, you can see that shining through the little one there. It's just a tiny little jet. But you put the light behind it, wherever that is, and there you can see it, plain as day. Well, this is the end article. Down there, I've screwed that in, so that's a bigger one now than what it was before. This here is all set up now, screwed in place. The pipe that goes in, I've had to reshape that slightly to make it fit a bit more flatter. See that scoops in a bit better. You can see the hole in the ejector nozzle there. So that's sitting flatter, because I've got, it's just 26 now, plus there's a pretty cruddy sort of a design there. That's all convoluted and bent there because this has got to go on and, it's got to do its thing. That's just water because I've been blowing through it. So she's all ready, she's all done, and that should work out just fine. Nice. Well, the carburetor's all on and looking good. This is the bypass. It's the larger size up here now, but it's not down there. So if I ever have to take the blower off, I'll fix it down there. So it is not as efficient as it could be. What have I got going on here? The solenoid, the fuel solenoid that's come round to here. This is that thing I put on there, the power jet. Calibrated that, just had the carburetor off and pushing the NOS button just to see how much fuel is flowing out, and it's about the right amount, so that's set. The NOS solenoid here runs round into here, in and through the power jet to pick up the fuel, then down the carburetor. It squirts it down the carburetor, so that's all good. Now I've got the 4:1 ratio now, so I did warm it up a little bit. That's no accelerator, so it's up to 46. And that's about normal, as if it had no supercharger on there, so that's about normal. Idle's quite low, feels like it wants to knock out, but going okay. The weather's a bit rubbish at the moment, but I'll take it out when I can. Just because it's behaving itself here doesn't mean it's going to behave itself out on the road. The jetting could be completely off, but at this stage I think I've got it right. So it's just a matter of test driving it now, and we'll see what happens.